All right. Welcome, guys. What's happening? What's happening? Okay, so we're going to kick this off here in a few minutes. We're going to be breaking down quite a bit today. Quite a bit. We got a lot to go and uncover. A little bit of indices, a little bit of forex, some metals. We're definitely going to go over what to expect here in a couple days. Wednesday, we have massive news. I think it's probably going to be what sets up the market best prior to elections. So some big stuff here. So we're going to kick things off here in a little bit. I do have a little bit of, I got to share this here real quick. So give me a sec, guys. We are live. So yeah, feel free to share this with any fellow traders. Let's dive into it. But in the meantime, guys, while I start this off, while we get things going here, while we get the ball rolling, feel free to ask any questions here. Kick things off. Let me know, guys, how have you been so far? Did you trade today? What did you guys do over the weekend? Did we do some journaling? Did we go into it? Let me know. Did you guys take, I shared a few things as well, some free stuff in my Telegram, I believe. And if you were on the Spanish session, then you also, yesterday you got some good stuff there. So, but yeah, what's up, guys? Where are y'all tuning in from? What's good? I'm just on this other screen sharing that we are now officially live. Okay. Here we go. Close this out. Perfect. All right, let me peep in here in the chat. What's up, Seth? Park City's in here. We got Juan in here. What's up? ¿Qué tal? Damaris, ¿cómo estás? All right, so we kicked that off there. Shared it there. Okay. We got it here. Boom. Okay, that's about it on my end. All right, perfect. What's up, Joe? Joe Mercado, Fino, Mike. Cool. I know everyone's going to start here pulling up in a sec. But what's up? What's up, y'all? So, again, I'm excited because we do have quite a bit to uncover. Crypto is heating up, in my opinion. I think we're getting ready to go run. So I know some of you are plugging in with other people, so that's cool. Good to see. What's up, Abel? ¿Qué tal, Gisla? ¿Cómo estás? Those of you that are bilingual or you understand Spanish, on Sundays I do this session every week as well. So what I would recommend is this right now. While we start here, we're going to start about a minute or so. But in my description, I have different links. So if you want access to just whatever it is that I'm thinking, anything that comes to mind that I want to share, I'll just kind of dump it there in the Telegram. There's a couple thousand people in there. Same thing with my Instagram broadcast channel. Some of you guys follow me on there. So usually they're kind of the same thing, to be honest. So I'll just share them right there. For sure. So, all right, cool. Good to see you all. I know a lot of people plugging in from everywhere. So I'm excited to have you guys here. This morning, didn't do anything, didn't take anything live for New York Open. I mean, it's Monday, so the market a lot of times is setting up later in the day. S&P, interesting. For those of you that are have more time in the game, one of the things that gets a little tricky and is kind of annoying, to be honest, is the different data feeds were with different brokers. So you have Awanda giving you a certain price, especially with indices, and certain even price action. Forex.com, you have, you know, futures, so the CME giving different prices. But today was especially strange because it wasn't, prices being at different levels is normal, right? The market being at different prices is fine. But for price to just look really different overall was weird. And that's what happened today with S&P 500. We had price, I'm going to show you guys, we had price trading at a completely just, not even that price was different, but the fact that it was so, like, price action was different. The candles were like just so different. So really strange. And that will definitely throw you off. So one of the things that you can do, it's a little tedious, but if you just kind of give yourself a little bit of extra time, it takes less than a minute. But you kind of just check out what the market looks like with different data feeds. And if it all looks pretty similar, you're good to go. Just something to keep in mind over time. Some DJ asked here, do you think it's best to change your trading view feeds to the ones that are the most accurate to what the feed looks like on the brokers you're trading on MetaTrader? I think that's a good idea, for sure. I mean, if the broker that you're using isn't even on TradingView, sometimes that's not even the best of things. But if it's not, because not everyone has a data feed like that, but if it's not, yeah, I would say look at something that's pretty similar. But at the end of the day, you're trading what your prices tell you on your broker. So you can't set your prices at a specific stop loss if it's going to be different than what it is for you, like your own actual account. So yeah, I mean, definitely if you're going to place your stops somewhere, if you're going to take exits somewhere, do it that is directly that's directly to your account. You can analyze on TradingView and look at numbers that are close, but the prices you want to use are based off of whatever conditions, whatever prices you get on your personal account. So yeah, definitely do that. Hi Mike, what are you expecting for Wednesday, 25 or 50? Honestly, I think we're going to get, I think we could see 50. I think we could see something a little bit bigger just because with elections coming up, I think we're going to get some movement. Either way, for me, it's not even a big deal. Like, I don't know why you asked that question. Like, so that my question back to you is, what is the significance of it being 25 or 50 to you? Do you expect more volatility if it's bigger? Is it a bigger shock? Is there more movement? In my experience, at least the way that I approach the market, it's a lot easier. Like, I don't really look at how big are these numbers, like how massive is the statistic that comes out for unemployment claims or CPI. Obviously those things matter, but the instant that it drops, it's not like, for example, on Wednesday, boom, interest rates are released. The moment that happens, it's not like that number is creating more or less movement. The movement's already going to happen. Like, the movement's already going to go down. So I put way more emphasis in how is the market setting up? Like, how is everything structured? Where are their key positions to execute before these moments happen? So Tuesday, the way Tuesday probably ends, so the way tomorrow's price action ends after New York session, and then even Wednesday, like early New York, the first half of New York session, that to me is a way more important perspective to have in mind than is it going to drop 25 or 50. I don't recommend brokers ever. That's just not something I do for legal reasons. But in Canada, I mean, Google search, yeah. There's regulated stuff that you guys can check out. It's going to be different for every country. And then, I mean, peer reviews, like you can just look around. You'll see people are going to tell the truth. Go on X, Twitter, and then look around there as well. Talk to people you know. But the big thing is this, like, when you are going to choose a broker, it is important to think about your, like, how you trade. So do you need very tight spreads? Are you trading maybe less frequently? Are you swing trading? That might be better. If you're swing trading, you might not need such tight spreads. And then the commissions, you know, will be a little bit better. What assets are you trading? So that's always important to note. And also, if someone is suggesting or recommending something to you, especially if it's someone that you don't really know very well, just understand that there may be some sort of financial incentive for you to be, for you to, you know, choose that broker with their link. And you also have to understand, and that's not a bad thing, you know, like I think I like referral links. There's billions of them from so many different things, which is fine. But you have to understand, is this actually in my best of interest? Does this broker have a lot of history? You know, how are withdrawals? Not so much like, hey, like, but the key question is this: have you withdrawn more than you've deposited? Always a good question to ask anybody. Have you withdrawn more and received it than you deposited? So my suggestion is stay away from anything brand new. You don't need it. Like these brokers have been around a long time. You don't need to be the guinea pig for a broker. You don't. Someone else can totally be that person. Guys, the amount of money that I've saved by not chasing or following what, you know, all of a sudden something comes out of nowhere and it's like everyone's doing it or everyone's using it, and then 6 months later it's gone. People can't withdraw. All that good stuff happens all the time. So, one, understand financial incentives, and sometimes it's fine. If someone gets a kickback, cool. But understand also if there is actual, like, experience. Because, I mean, don't let yourself be a part of, for example, there was something a few years back where people were just, people were giving a lot of money to this Pam. They managed a whole bunch of money, and people were like, oh yeah, you traded my money for me and all that stuff. And people were withdrawing, but basically only up to what they were putting in. But the people that were withdrawing are also, that were taking out more money, were also the people that were bringing in the most people. And so it ended up basically just being a Ponzi. So yeah, just consider different angles, guys. There's no rush. Also, if you ever feel like you're in a rush to deposit, you're probably going to lose that money. That's actually such a key point to think about. If you're ever in a rush to deposit, then I can almost guarantee you that money's going to be in a rush to leave your account, because there's already traces of impulsivity with you. So anyways, random side note, great questions, good things to know. And yeah, I mean, there's different things that you guys have. Like, there's a lot of resources out there for you. Only reason I don't tell you guys exactly what to do is, one, I like for my community to have that desire to kind of go the extra mile, to investigate a little bit. I'm here to save you time and money and energy, but there's certain things where, like, you have to use a little bit of critical thinking, because if you can't really do that, then this is also not going to go. Trading won't go very well for you either. So again, the idea is for you to be independent, critical thinkers with the ability to just create and whatever life you want to. But also, everything's about risk and reward. Even the platforms that you use, right? Even the resources that you have. All of those things are like that. So yeah, there's my long answer to a short question. All right, cool. NZDUSD, yes, we'll dive into that right now. What's up, Alex? Good to see you on here, man. Nicholas, what's up? Cool. Okay, let's dive in. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. And guys, blow up this chat throughout this thing. I mean, I'll answer basically whatever questions you guys throw at me here. for the most part. And then let me get my screen up on here, and we'll kick things off. A little coffee, little iced coffee, you know, horchata, Salvadoran horchata. Okay, so let's dive into it. For next week, I'll have my camera ready for this while I'm sharing my screen. For whatever reason, I don't know why, it's just like refusing to work. So, okay, there's a few things we're gonna look at. I'm gonna start with this because this is already active, and this was communicated honestly for a couple weeks. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I actually think I covered this last Monday as well. So let me see. Maybe I believe I covered this the last Monday, and for sure, if you guys are in my free Telegram, then you definitely I dropped this in there. So you're up almost 1-to-1 right now. Almost 1-to-1. So give me a sec, guys. I wanna make sure. I want to make sure I'm not just saying stuff, but I'm pretty sure last week I shared this with you guys. All right, let's see here. Let's look through this together, shall we? Okay, let me click around this thing here. That's Bitcoin, US 30. Cool. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I did. I think I like strictly went down the Indices crypto path heavy. Oh, no, maybe not. Okay. I might have actually shared this here. Let's see. USD CAD. There we go. Okay. So yeah, last week I talked about the difference between AUDUSD and NZDUSD. So we're looking at two different options, like which one of these two is going to be a better selling opportunity. So I drew this out for you guys, and I have this in front of you so you can just see it, because I think it's important to realize, like, yeah, you can for sure trade and be ready, you know, days, weeks, months, and years ahead of time. So I guess briefly I brought up NZDUSD for whatever. Oh, at the time, and that's what's really cool too, actually. At the time, AUDUSD was actually a bit more bearish than NZDUSD, and so I put a little bit more attention at the time. But as I shared here, as actually I shared on my TradingView profile and on Telegram, we had a liquidity capture. The market works its way lower, so it clears these highs, and then it, you know, establishes bearish structure, and then eventually, you know, things we play into this zone, which was today. So I bring this up so you guys can see that, you know, what we do is duplicatable over and over and over and over and over again. The exact same prices. So today was a highly precise entry, and I actually waited a little bit to enter this, and for those of you that received the notifications, like on our Trade Ideas app, for those of you that get those ideas, I said right before the end and the start of a new trading day to wait, because spreads get pretty high. Like, spreads open up quite a bit as you're going into a new trading day, and it, depending on what kind of pair you're trading, it's gonna actually get a bit even more intense. So yeah, hold on a second. Can you guys not see my screen right now? I'm pretty sure you can. Hold on. Oh, okay, never mind. The second screen that I had here was way behind. Okay, that makes way more sense. I was like, no way, you guys can't see anything that I'm doing right now. So as the new day opens, for most of you who have been trading for a bit, you've noticed this, so you probably don't even trade it. And this is Asian session. I don't usually trade during these times, but setup was there, and I basically had to do nothing for a good 10 days. And then eventually we got into the zone. Now, I actually thought we maybe we're going to miss out on this idea during New York session. Market got into our zone and then started to work its way down. And then here it dropped about 19 pips. Now, the reason I didn't cancel my idea was because after, years of backtesting, one of my rules for when a trade is still valid or when it's time to go break even has to do with how much it moved initially. So as I'm, identifying these massive institutional positions, these smart money buys and sells, as this is happening, this was like a 27 pip move to the upside. The market drops, and it drops decent. It comes down to here, but it only drops about 19 pips. Then it comes back, and it's pretty slow. So once we get back up here, again, even right now, the market has dropped a little over 20 pips. So even now, even if it came back again, if it were to come back here again, and let's say I wasn't in this, then I would take it. Now, if this keeps going down, which I think is possible, once this drops those 27 pips, which would be the equivalent of what it went up, at this point, then is when I'm going to move my stop to break even. Now, let's say this didn't trigger me in, and this did go ahead and drop, 27 or more pips with this exact example. Then I would have just canceled it, and then I just, it's just a trade that didn't trigger. But luckily for us, it happened. We snuck in there. And so I actually ended up getting a slightly lower entry because I did wait for a spread to settle. So I ended up getting in about a pip, like a pip under where I wanted to originally. Doesn't really change the risk to reward too much, which is fantastic. But right now we are seeing price having a hard time coming back up here. So during this session today, we may see this continue. How many people, let me know in the chat, how many of you took advantage of this? Whether it was through the free public ideas, whether it's through the trade ideas that are for the, for the members, for the paid community, whether you saw it just following my trading view profile, let me know. How many of you guys are in this right now? So that's NZD, USD, Abel's in. Sick. Abel's dialed in. Okay. So from here, now I do want to go over a couple more majors. And actually, I'm curious. How many of you, maybe I can make a poll here. Can I make a poll? Oh, sick. Okay. So let's see here. Forex, or no, hold on. Forex or indices. And then here, Forex, here, indices. Let's see. Make a poll here. Actually, I can do more. Forex. Actually, we'll keep it there. Let's see here. Curious to see what the numbers look like here. New York City is in NZDUSD as well. Amazing. Okay, good news is this. There's a couple more that I think we can see happen. I'm not sure if it's going to happen this week. Maybe with fundamentals that are coming up, we just might see it come down aggressively. I'm not sold on that idea completely, but we'll see. Now, I'm going to pull up. Hold on. Let me close a couple things here. I didn't realize I had so much open. Okay. ¿Qué tal? Desde 2020. Sheesh. One of our students here since 2020. Love to see some OG students dialed in here. All right, so one thing that I am doing more frequently is using a few more outlets for fundamentals. Forex Factory misses a couple, but so does, like, I haven't found one that doesn't miss anything yet. So, we'll see here. And it's interesting because here we have, okay, perfect. FX Street, I actually missed out on one of these. So for example, on Thursday, FX Street has the unemployment claims numbers. Is the time off too here? I gotta make an account with these guys because they just stay changing. Okay. Is it good now? Let's see. Y'all just see this thing just disappear? That's wild. Calendar disappeared. Some would say this is a matrix attack. What the bruh. Alright, whatever. Basically, here's my point. For this week, Forex Factory is basically on point. Yeah, it's all good. FX Street this week is claiming that unemployment claims is a orange folder news event. I don't think so. But this is basically the case. So, the big thing. If you guys trade Canadian dollar, which I actually have a CAD CHF setup that I'll go over as well, that might do some work. If we have CPI coming along, we might have some fun with this one here. So I'll go over CAD CHF in a little bit, and then USD. This is the big one. I talked about this last week. Economic projections. This tends to kind of set up the market for 3 weeks, a month, sometimes a whole quarter, and sliding into elections could be some interesting movement. Outside of that, we have the rest of the week the market will kind of settle into its place as well. We might see some yen stuff, but either way, big stuff this week is CPI, Canadian dollar, pound, and then you have the US dollar news here. And it's forecasted for this to drop, for interest rates to finally drop. It had been, months after month after month after month after month, and this was just unwavering. So, well, we'll see. Either way, I think it's going to be a volatile one. Even if, let's say, imagine nothing happens, it should still be pretty volatile. Now, I'm going to tell you guys what that means for indices and crypto, what I think can happen. But what I do want to talk about here is AUDUSD and GBPUSD as well. So two different pairs and why I'm taking a look at these both. And so what we had happen here was last Wednesday. Last Wednesday, the dollar had some fun. And we had some nice movement. Wednesday during New York session, the beginning of New York session, we get quite the movement. So basically, the pairs ending in USD, so the XXX USD pairs, nice little sweep of liquidity. This definitely liquidates buyers, entices sellers before completely turning things around and closing the day very bullish without really looking back. So at the moment, I'm looking at this, and this to me looks like just a easy liquidity capture, creates imbalance, continues the market structure. AUDUSD did its thing. Even on the higher time frames, I don't really see us really coming back down. Maybe eventually at some point in time, but I mean, we really took care of business over here. The market, when it came crashing down, filled in balances as well. It's just pretty healthy price action, just overall. Like, things looked really good. You look at the daily, same thing here. The daily finally came back down, filled in balances. Price action from up here had already done its thing. So, yeah, I mean, I think we have some room for some pretty decent plays here. So, at some point in time, I think we'll get back down to here. I think we'll get back to these levels, and AUD/USD could definitely give us some nice movement. So we'll see kind of when. That's the one thing that, I mean, at this point, I haven't fully gotten that down, is when is every single move going to happen. If anybody knows exactly when everything's going to happen, just let me know. But at the moment, We should get down to here, and I like some reversals off of this area, right a little bit above the 886. We have some pretty strong levels of support in the past here, not just in this price action, but as you look at how the market has traded, we've seen price get some key reversals around 0.6640, just in general, 0.6640, 45. So around this area, I really do like reversals for AUDUSD. However, there's one thing I do want you guys to think about, and I'm gonna share all of these here with you guys. Give me a sec. Okay, so let's see here. So yeah, I'm gonna share these links here. Here we go. In my Telegram right here, real quick. So okay, let me get this right there. Okay, so this is AUDUSD. I'll drop some links here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. So okay, here's AUDUSD. This has some potential for sure. So alright. YouTube live recap. Alright, so I'll share some in here as we go through it. Okay, so AUDUSD. Now the reason I'm talking about GBPUSD as well is because it's pretty similar. GBPUSD has quite the push to the downside as well. It's continued and it's rallied so well. So big move down, takes care of business here, liquidates support, retail buys, comes crashing down. This gets exactly to some nice imbalances over here as well before the market recovers and just continues on its way up. If we look at the daily is a little different for GBPUSD. The daily definitely has some more imbalances down here. And right now the reversal really reversed off of previous structure. So the previous levels of resistance actually functioned as a pretty good reversal zone here. Now it doesn't always happen. This happens sometimes, but not all the time. So this isn't a good entry model for me, but when a few things align, then you can kind of use it to your advantage. But at the moment, looking at this, I'm going to keep my eye out and see whether it's going to be GBPUSD that works its way to these levels and we end up taking buys around here, or if it's going to be AUDUSD that has a better opportunity for reversals. It's really going to come down to whichever one of these gets to the zone last. So if GU is in a rush to get to this area, then it's probably going to break below. But I don't know which one it's going to be. Is it going to be GBPUSD? Is it going to be AUDUSD? Sometimes it seems like you can tell which one it's going to be, and then suddenly it's definitely not. So GBPUSD, similar, right? And here we have similar price action. We'll wait to see which one of these pairs reaches mitigation zone last. Okay. So cool. That's what I have so far for currencies. These are, in my opinion, kind of like the easiest setups that I see. They're not right now. So these aren't like the ones that, oh man, I'm going to take a trade today or tomorrow. No, those could take a minute. I don't know when that actually will go down. So I'm not necessarily in a rush. USD from last week, this mitigated and then came back down. So not looking for anything else there. USDJPY. This was a really interesting movement. The market reversed about 100 and almost 170, basically 170 pips, and this one was seeable. This one, like, if you were paying attention and you were willing to trade so high up in the zone, then this is all you. We had a institutional sell-off open from a while back, man. This was from, what was this, August? Early August? Late July, early August. So we had a nice sell-off here. The market just skyrockets. And, you know, USDJPY came back for its boy. It came back for its boy over here. We had a nice little sell open. And USDJPY said, hey, you know what? I know you thought I forgot about you. When I almost came to close the position here in August of 2024. But I'm here for you now. So 13 months later, USDJPY mitigates an open sell position from end of July, early August over here. And I'll actually show you guys. Use this as just so I like showing you guys these setups so you can kind of see that sometimes these take a minute. Sometimes these take a lot longer than you would think. But when we look at this here, here's USDJPY, and I think I have to go to the 15-minute. It's a little cleaner. Yeah. So right over here, actually maybe the 5-minute. Yeah. So here you have the news event. Market here drops. This was a Thursday Asian session. Clears these lows and then rallies, and the market just doesn't really come back for this. So yeah, this liquidates. This then also entices. This is a typical kind of break and retest movement. So this entices people into sells again, and then this thing just rips. So finally, over a year later, the market comes back to this area, and you can see very quickly this thing just starts to run. So you can see how the market definitely reversed about 170 pips, and it's doing its thing. So I'm not necessarily in this or anything. I ended up kind of observing everything a little bit after the fact. But yeah, interesting price action so far, and you can see that clearly money comes into the market and at least drives this beyond the liquidity that was left behind over here. And it ends up mitigating this buy candle that opened up Friday, end of Asian session going into London session. So we end up mitigating this buy right there and clearing out these highs. Let's see what happens next. I'm curious to see if we end up just trading down over here, because then this might be a institutional buy that needs to be mitigated. So possibly we might just be getting ready for sells here, but I would want to see how long we're really trading bearish for. That to me is going to be really interesting to notice there. En español, ¿se puede? Can I do subtitles in Spanish while I'm in English right now? Is that even possible? I don't even know if I can do that. I think that's... Yeah, I don't know how that would even... Live translation. Básicamente, con dólar yen... No hay nada, no sé. No hay nada todavía. Mitigó algo desde 2023. Okay, what's up, Will? Dímelo, what's good? Kev. Okay. So, yeah, there you have that. Gold just been ripping. A lot of people got caught up in this, and it's only going to, I think, do a bit more. So for those of you that trade metals here. Oh, what did this poll end up looking like? Can I see this? Why does it look weird over here? Wow. So we got 38 votes, and more of you trade indices than forex. Wow, that's impressive. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, so let's make a new one. Okay, indices or metals? Because I know people love to trade gold because profit. I mean, for some it's not. For some it's blown accounts, straight up blown accounts. Indices for a lot of brokers, like it costs more. So people are putting a little bit more of their account at risk at times. It can create a lot more emotional volatility. So okay, gold, silver. I mean, what? All-time highs, and we just kept on pushing. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pips above, right? Over 500 pips above previous highs. People see this and they want to sell. They see a little bit of resistance. They get caught selling and selling and selling and selling. We finally started to consolidate here. I don't necessarily think there's enough evidence for any types of sells. I'm not going to sell this at all. I don't have no proof. So yeah, I'm definitely chilling here. I think we need a little bit more. So gold, silver, I'm hanging out here. I'm just waiting it out. Nothing for me to do here. Natural gas is on fire. Who here was on the March and April live streams? Yeah, we're definitely in price discovery for metals. For natural gas, who here was with me then? Spanglish. Because, I mean, I don't know if people I don't know if there's like natural gas, like it's not like a popular thing to trade, but all I'm saying is we've been doing work. We've been doing work here, and guys, even now, even though like this is a pullback and we played off of previous levels of supply here, this is so easy. But the game plan to this is to take this into basically the $5. So options, positions, this is a long-term bad boy here. I give this another year. Let this thing, as they would say, let it cook. Caught that natural gas at the bottom originally with you. Wish I was still in. Oh, nice. Oh, I thought you had an options play on this one. I thought you were letting that run. But okay, either way, this is running futures, CFDs, whatever. Depending on who you trade with, you might have access to this. It's not really a big popular one, so you might not even trade this. But yeah, natural gas. There it is. Okay, Bitcoin. This was man. This is. Ooh, I'm excited. I'm excited because I am fairly. Okay, hold on. Let me clean this up a little bit. You don't need to be there, but you're cool here. All right, so I think we're kind of starting to see. I have so many alerts. Can I hide alerts? Is that possible? I can add alerts, but I don't think I can hide them. Well, that's kind of annoying. Let's see. What about the visibility? Notifications, email. All right. Fine. Anyways, right now, macro wise, we had a decent pullback, 38.2 pullback, typical kind of reaccumulation type of energy here. Every time we drop into these sub 55 levels, the market just doesn't really want to stay down here, especially doesn't want to really trade under 58K, not often, not a lot. So we see markets struggling every time it gets to that zone. So I think with what's happening here, with the interest rates coming up, economic projections leading into elections, I think it's going to be very bullish. And I'm looking to take the, desire for crypto to go up out of the picture. obviously. And I'm just looking at the charts. We have tons of liquidity. The way the market is set up, it did not give us signs that there is, tons of buyers caught up in here. Of course, there are still, people that are up in these levels. There's people that definitely are stuck with positions open from above 68, 70K, praying that it was going to keep and go for some historic levels. Obviously, it didn't happen. Throughout this time, this has allowed for a lot of institutional money to publicly enter the market. And anyways, with all that being said, like, this thing is squeezing, and with this big ass move that happened early August, this got a lot of people out of the game. This got everyone thinking, we're bearish, it's over, it's gonna come back down. And I mean, even if it did, even if it came back into 43, 44, cool. But I don't think that's gonna be the case. The market is here, is showing a lot of signs that this is ready. Like, we just saw it, for example, when the market crashed down here in August, it came right back up. And then once this started to come back down early September, it came right back up. So the motive, because you can't just look at a chart for the sake of looking at a chart. You have to understand intention. And so when Bitcoin dropped below 56, 54, 53, it was so brief. So in my opinion, we get below these prices to liquidate buyers and entice sellers. The market quickly rallies, keeps going, and then now we trade up here for some time. We start to shift momentum all over again. We see lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. We trade above this previous high on the 4-hour structure, and we're holding this down for a couple days. Now, market's slowly working it, coming down to these levels, building up some more retail buyers. Cool. I think that we're going to liquidate these levels, get into 56, 500 maybe, and then from here, I think we're going to keep pushing. So I think this is going to set up for Wednesday. We'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll have a bit more context. But yeah, this is kind of what the next step at least would be if I'm going to do something more short-term swing, so something maybe for the week, for the month. I would say I'm ready for a buy to take this into 63, 64K. But I think we're going big here soon, because you got to think about the amount of liquidity that's built up here is just absolutely absurd. Guys, we've been ranging for, basically like 200 days. What? Almost 7 months. 7 months. 7 months. We range for like 2 months and we get explosive moves. Here, 2022, summer 2022, we end up ranging up until January. Again, that was a good, oh, look at that, 200 plus days. 200 plus days side to side, and then Bitcoin chose accumulation, and off we go. So at this point in time, if this is the case, if we reaccumulate from here, I'm gonna say it. I think this is the run that we hit 100. Like this, without the massive, absurd pullback. So, because this is, in my opinion, this is our first leg. Like, this is the first run. Like, this one you saw here, like the first rip to the upside. Cool, this had a deep pullback, whatever. Right now, this is our first move. So, we're not getting the atrocious deep pullbacks here. We're not getting that. In my opinion, I think the worst case, we go and hit over 80K. Worst case. Like 80, like right here, this 14.6, right around there. 82.5. 82.5, take some money. Cool. But I'm thinking we're hitting closer to the 110 and above. Last time we had a move, the market pulled up into here. Even if you want to use bodies or whatever you guys want to do. But if you want to do that and see, okay, where did price really settle at? Cool. Then here we had the pullback into the 50%, 618-ish, and then this thing came into this 14.6. Nice extension. If you want to do a similar approach, just to keep things consistent, then we're looking at the market worst case scenario. Again, trading above, right around into his 80K, if not over into 100. And I don't think that we're going to have a small push, because think about the sheer amount of money that's been just moving side to side within just really 15,000 price, right? Or mostly 15,000 this range. That's a lot. That's a lot. And think about how many sells are in position. That'll open up a lot of room for the market to run. So things can just go parabolic. And some people maybe were thinking, but like really, like it just costs so much more when you get up to here. But for sure, but look, it might cost, you got to think that the people, not even people, the entities that are in this game is different. It's different. Look. Because just think about this. Right now, you have, for example, NVIDIA right here. Popular, Mr. Popular. 2.9 trillion market cap. Okay? 2.9 trillion market cap. Bitcoin, 1.1. Basically a third of the size. Okay? A third of the size. Now, let's look at another thing. Where is this guy? Just a couple of days ago, NVIDIA saw a 44% jump within a 10-day span, 2-week span, 44%, something light. Okay, Bitcoin from right now taking a 44% jump brings it to, there you have it, 83K. Now hold up, this is basically a third of the size. It's so much smaller. Bitcoin is the equivalent of like basically Facebook, between Facebook and Berkshire Hathaway. So, I mean, guys, like these things are very doable. For the market to really move like this, especially when it's been squeezing, just look at this. All right, hold on. Here's a good example. All right, we had NVIDIA move. This is just 2 months of consolidation, right? About 2 months. And then eventually it said, oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm done with this. And it just went. And from April 2024 to June 2024, 2 months, this went up 85%. Check this out. May 2023 to December 2023, we're looking at about 220 days or so. Okay, sideways movement, more bullish than anything though. It was still relatively bullish. And then from here, this thing went off and it's currently seeing about 200% growth after a 7-month squeeze. 7-month squeeze to then create 220% growth. Actually, here, this is perfect. when Nvidia was trading at these prices, it was basically the same market cap as Bitcoin is now. During this time, summer of 2023. So, I'm not saying these things are going to happen. I can't predict the future completely. But what I'm getting at is it's not out of question. It's not out of the realm of possibility by any means. And that's just Bitcoin. I'm not even diving into the altcoins. So, something to consider for all of you. But intraday stuff, this is what I have in mind. So just to give you guys some context, here is Bitcoin. Something light. Obviously, you guys heard what I said today. All we can do is wait. Okay. And funny enough, everyone's like, yo, when are you going to get to indices, bro? That's the only reason I'm here. What the what the hell? All right. Oil, we got a liquidity sweep, making higher highs. Oil's looking nice. Playing nice. It's looking good. Things are looking up here. We go out to the weekly. We see oil got below all these buyers, all the liquidity everywhere. This finally was like, you know what? I'm done with all of y'all. Liquidate everybody and your grandma. Take all you guys out of the game. Then this here, yeah. So now, I don't know. It looks like, is oil finally done moving down, or is this just going to push even further? At the moment, I like my buy setup. I like where we're at. I don't need it to go and make higher highs. I don't need to catch the swing trade. Doesn't have to be this way. Could be. I'm not against it. But it doesn't have to be. So I think we can get a pretty good reversal from here. If we can let this thing ride, then amazing. But it doesn't, I'm not in a. It's all about probabilities, right, guys? And so we want to trade high probability entries, high probability exits. That's the name of the game. So U.S. oil, real quick, just to share a little something with y'all while I have it here. U.S. oil, I'm just giving y'all tons of setups, all the markets. And then now, where we're at here. Now, here's the thing. Awanda data feed is just, I don't know about you, bro. I don't know about you no more. This is mitigated, in my opinion. We've done the thing. We've reversed here, whatever. But the thing is, like, and this is what I wanted you guys to see. Awanda, for whatever reason, is trying to say that we're trading way up here, where we saw price action September 3rd. Now, let's look at S&P with forex.com. Forex.com, S&P, not quite the same. This is just building up liquidity. So, yeah, this is why, guys, do yourself a favor. Double check your data feed. Just compare them to other ones just to make sure, just to see, like, oh, wait, hold on. Are you good? Like, is this all okay? Because this is the setup I'm waiting for. I want to sell once S&P gets into this. And after cross-referencing a lot of different brokers, their data feed, what we come to realize is that Awanda is wildin'. And price did not, in fact, get up to this level. So, Damaris, no se pueden hacer subtítulos en el instante. No es posible. Pero básicamente tienen que ser conscientes de con qué están operando, porque no, no sé por qué, pero Wanda nos dio precios malos. So yeah, you guys just gotta be mindful. I don't really know, because this happens, guys. Like sometimes it's these brokers just wilding out. So yeah, cross-referencing. Honestly, I got lucky. I got so lucky today. So lucky. I took the S&P sell here, and then I was looking at another chart, and I was like, wait a minute, why do these look so different? Because S&P, this is saying S&P is way up here, which is just not. So not sure why the market went so bullish middle of the day here. Wanda just, I don't know. So that's not real. Anyways, tick sells here. This ended up just rejecting really well. So once I saw this, while this was happening, looked at other things, so just moved stops to break even, ended up getting stopped out of break even after it hit like a 1RR, and then whatever, that's it. Not dealing with this anymore. So yeah, really strange. Not sure what's happening. I'm gonna for now clear out Owanda from my data feed. I'm not going to be using that until I figure out what exactly happened there. But yeah, that luckily didn't really cost me anything, but it could have. So just something for everyone to keep in mind as you continue to evolve as a trader. There's just different things pop up that you just wouldn't expect. So yeah, good looks there, guys. Now, moving from here, one of the things that I do have in mind for the market is I am still kind of just patiently waiting to see a new structure. Right now, there's just a lot that happened. We had, really last week, we had Wednesday's move just absolutely melt price. And that happened with US 30 right here. Now, I guess I have to draw these all up again. But basically, we saw this go down. And there's better entry levels too. I'm just going to generally mark these up. But I wouldn't be shocked if we can work our way down here by Wednesday. Similar scenario here. So, yeah. S&P, same thing. NAS, same thing. Let's see which one it goes down. So I'm going to wait for that. But technically, S&P is still valid for sells. So going to wait and see what happens here. NASDAQ did take care of this. And funny enough, I had this marked up. And this triggered our trade perfectly. And then it dropped a couple hundred pips or points. But I actually deleted my order because I was waiting for S&P to trigger. And S&P, for whatever reason, just hasn't yet. So, still waiting. S&P here. What are you going to do? So there you have it. S&P 500. Yeah, there it is. Cool. So, guys, I'll leave it at that. I mean, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. But I'm pretty sure you guys are all super active in here. And yeah, we went over currencies, indices, metals, commodities, right? Oil. There are certain assets that I'm kind of just staying patient with. I just want to see the market give us a little more. And then others that are like ready to go. So let's follow up on NZDUSD. Let's see where this is trading at right now. I don't have any idea. So looks like we are a little bit of pullbacks, right? A little bit of pullback here. Okay. So I'm in this. I haven't moved my stop to break even quite yet. Even though we did go quite a bit in our direction here, this did drop about 20 pips. So you could, I guess, this would be pretty conservative too. Like you would be protecting your money. But if it does pull back to entry, then you got to basically decide, are you done with the trade or not? Do you want to get a higher entry, better risk reward? So that's your decision. For me, I keep it open so it can just kind of do its thing. Once it moves a certain amount, and it's always relative to the scenario, then I start to protect my money. But as of now, we're still up like 11 pips or so, about half risk reward. So yeah, there you have it, guys. Now, if you do want all of these charts and all of this good stuff, then go ahead and here we go. I think this is the link, right? Sick. So yeah, just click this right there, and then you guys will have access to this. And I'm gonna send this here in a second. So there it is, guys. Much love to all of you. I will be live tomorrow, you know, every day, really, basically, except for Saturdays. But Monday through Friday, we are live for New York session, so we'll be trading that. If you want to join the fun, let me know. But I'll see you guys there. We do back-to-back sessions, so we have Spanish, then English. And then if someone invited you to this and you want to just get into trading and just make sure you're going through the things responsibly, talk to them so that they can give you the proper methods to doing that. Right? Like, this is serious. You want to have structure with your finances. You want to know how to manage your impulses. You want to know how to manage your mind, what beliefs are hindering you and helping you. And you also want to make sure that you're understanding like how to really build a good system here and just have proper expectations. So yeah, with that being said, guys, keep showing up. This will be a big week. Wednesday, I'm fairly certain we're going to see a lot go down. It's going to be so funny if nothing happens Wednesday. It's going to bite me in the ass. But I feel pretty good about Wednesday being quite the volatile day. And I'm excited for it because usually it leads to some swing trading action. So we'll see what happens. I gave you guys a few setups. Some of those I think can lead to kind of holding for a while. Specifically, I'm looking at like crypto, oil, indices that could become kind of like trending ideas for a couple weeks. So cheers, guys. See you guys. This is not alcohol. It's definitely like an energy drink or something. Peace out, fam.